Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
More like boy gorged. It's Barney!
Did you mean gorge when you said that?
No, gorged.
Do you remember when that was Ahora's old? That was Ahora's old drag name, wasn't it?
I was thinking about that, and I think I like that.
Oh, wow. Maybe you should message her privately.
Yeah.
Sorry, just had to sip my tea. And I would challenge her to a battle of wits, but clearly she's unarmed. It's Lukey luck.
Thank you very much.
I do actually have something very serious to say. We're currently going through a cost of living crisis and bills are going through the roof. So unfortunately, this is Lukey's final episode before we switch off her heart monitor to save money. So soak up this Lukey fiasco.
So I don't have to do this next
For
week?
the last time. No.
Oh, lovely.
Unfortunately, we're going to be bringing on our co-host, Miss Ella Ride.
Oh, lovely.
She's going to be. So you'll get the... Welcome, Miss Ella Ride. Luke, what have you been up to? Talk and tell.
Well, first of all, I want to say apologies for our very late episode last week. I'm going to blame it all on Barney.
It is actually my fault, but do you know what? Some things are worth waiting for. And
I don't think that was.
No, I don't think it was either. But was that the really shit audio one?
No, and there was no shit audio one, actually. It was fine, the YouTube.
The Zoomers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cute. What have you been up to?
Sidebar.
Yeah.
I was listening to Race Chaser, and from that I heard that when we saw that Baby interrupted Rue, that apparently did not happen. Rue said who the winner was, and then Baby said, "Can I go instead, please?" So
they wanted to make it look a bit more dramaful.
They wanted to make Baby look like a bit more of a diva, and it had me fooled.
Yeah, I mean, it does make for better TV, and as long as she knows the truth, who cares? I didn't think it made her look like a diva. It was just.
Well, we were sitting here going like, "Oh, what did she do that because she didn't want to leave being not the best dancer?"
Don't paint us with the same brush. I believe that was you, Lukey.
You agreed.
Yeah.
Also, annoyingly, last week I was going to say I knew Rue wasn't going to be there.
Why?
I heard about it, and then I forgot.
On the
to
G-Vine? Did she have COVID?
No one knows.
Oh, maybe she's just bored.
Well, I thought maybe they're just setting up protocol for when the Queen dies and like possible options for how it could run. You never know.
Oh, I thought you meant like the actual Queen. Well, I mean, they've already got so many franchises where she can't be bothered to go to the country. To be honest, give it up. Like, it's cute for the America ones, but like it 100% runs fine without. It's the strength of the Queens. It runs fine without RuPaul. Like, it's not.
I don't know why she chooses to do Down Under over Canada.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. Maybe like scheduling conflicts or whatever, but she is. Imagine if it was like a great queen, a great British queen that could bring British humour and understood all the British references to do UK Drag Race.
Give me two options. Who would be your
fine.
top two?
The Viv. Danny Beard.
Yeah.
Just only Scouse energy from here on out. Yeah.
Fine.
Imagine Danny Beard being fantastic. She could, to be honest, be the host of this one. I wouldn't mind.
No.
What you been up to, Luke? Tell.
What, my week in a lip sync?
Yeah. Well, okay, let's do that. That is actually what it's supposed to be, isn't it? If you could no longer speak and only use the power of song, and you could use one song to lip sync and tell us about your week, what would it be?
Mine would be No More Drama by Mary J. Blige, because we have had it up to here with plumber's problems.
Oh, baby, tell.
Well, the plumber was meant to come on Monday to fix our boiler. He actually came on Tuesday, 2 hours later.
Fantastic, thank you.
Fixed it. Like half an hour after he left, we saw that it was dripping, so then had to turn the boiler off again.
Great.
So he came the next day and fixed it, thought it was fine. Woke up at 6 a.m. the next morning to see that the other side of the boiler had been leaking into our bedroom, like over the whole floor all night. All my vintage dresses and like my wedding dress were like under the bed in like tote bags. They all were like
tote bags.
They were all like sodden. Like just so much shit. And then he had to come again, but then in that time we couldn't turn the water on, so we had like no water in the morning.
You're truly living in the Stone Ages at this point. It's
I
so
know.
Unfair. But at least you've got this lovely warm weather.
Yes. But eventually it was all fine. And then actually yesterday we spent the whole day rearranging our bedroom, and it's even better now. So.
Oh, cute.
There were
picture
loads,
on the
but
pod.
then we rose up. Life is a roller coaster, as Ronan
Truly.
told us. And yourself?
I would be raindrops keep falling on my head because as monsoon season has unfortunately ended. No, sorry, monsoon season has started as our tropical heat wave has ended. And let me tell you,
And Jinx is Queen of Queens.
well, you think being in London while it's raining is bad? Imagine being in the countryside.
Muddy.
Muddy, honey.
Do you not have a high street that's tarmacked?
I mean, yeah,
Cobbles?
yeah. There is obviously tarmac in Oxford, but like when we're out on the farm, out on the colt of the drama school, we are truly just in a microclimate. It's absolutely
What shoes
terrifying.
are you wearing?
DMs, just a tasteful Dr. Martin.
Sure.
You got to. Should we talk some drags?
Yes. Let me just put my giant cup of tea down. Let's absolutely do that.
Previously on RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
We played Strictly Come Snatch Game. Queen Elizabeth and St. Patty battled it out for top dog, but in the end it went to the House of Gorgeous. Black Pepper and LaFille had their own battle, but eventually it was time for LaFille to stop right now. Thank you very much.
See what you did there.
And she sashayed away.
She did. Jumpers kept on saying him. Are they not a non-Pine Harvester?
I imagine,
Interchangeable.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I really thought that they were a they, but I do refer to everyone as a they. So.
Well, she doesn't call herself non-binary. She says gender fluid.
Oh, okay. Cute. Okay.
I don't know what that means. I
Um,
mean, I know what it means, but in terms of how she wants to
Pronouns.
be, yeah.
Okay. I believe gender fluidity is that you don't believe in
So
gender.
literally,
Yeah. All in
any
any.
which way.
Yeah. I thought real good NRG from Danny. Like, look, I didn't do great, but I didn't do badly, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, no.
That's classic DB energy. But let me tell you, if Danny Beard was whipping my Nisha around like that, she better have her fucking PayPal ready to go. It was in bloody ribbons by the time she got through with it.
But what are you going to do? What are you going to say to Danny?
Danny, respect the wig. Actually, to be honest, it was falling apart on the runway. So by that point, she's like, do you know what? Go in, kid. Have your fun.
I was dying because the editors were having an absolute mad one. It cuts to a scene of Cheddar popping her eye contact.
I thought
lens
of
out.
you straight away. That just like, oh my God.
I've screen recorded it. It's the most like cartoon comedy, unnecessarily weird.
Sclera as well. So that's like full eye. She must have a right old contact budget. Contacts, like, wears them once every single time.
Maybe she has the expensive reusable ones.
Maybe. They
She
kind of freak
literally
me out
wears
though.
them every time, doesn't she?
The idea of reusable like coloured contact lenses really freaked me out. I don't know.
May I step into a BNDD?
But first, yeah, go on.
It's a brand new donkey day in the workroom.
I've got to slip in and say I loved Black Pepper's little Amish peasant look.
Yes.
Just a humble young farm girl that stumbled upon the bright lights of Hollywood.
I was very much enjoying that too. And then
Where's it
sort of-
filmed? Manchester.
I
Did they go
don't
to
know.
Manchester? I
I
said
don't know.
Hollywood. Sorry, go on.
Just the very sort of low slung hipster khaki slacks.
Yeah.
I'm terrified at the thought of low rise being in. I'm high waist till I die. I'm sorry.
Just after
Maybe
you've
mid a push.
just after you've got your eyebrows back as well. Lukey's really been waiting, saying, you just fucking wait. Thin eyebrows will be back in and then I'll have the last laugh. And look, queen of the fashions, she knew.
All you bloody, what are they called?
Feather brows.
No, when they're gluing them to their forehead.
Oh, yeah. Lamination.
Yeah,
But
no,
as I've just always had big bushy brows. Like mine are not laminated. They're just unkempt. And
Ross unkempt on gangs.
I was so confused when they all started screaming at the thought of the Queen team. I was like, do I not watch Drag Race enough? Like, why they also have... As soon as he said the Queen team, they were like, ah! I was like, what's going on?
Ugh, I found it all a bit cringe. But
This is going to be in such stark contrast to my comments about
oh
it.
god. You know how they were talking about, is this the top 6 you imagined?
Yeah.
Is that the top 6 you imagined? If not,
No.
who would you imagine?
I would have definitely... Oh, wait. Who's gone?
Loads.
May, Coppertop, LaFille. I would have thought Baby would have been in the top. Definitely Peps, Baby, Danny Beard, Cheddar, maybe Pixie, and who have I left out? Maybe Jumpers, actually. So everyone apart from Baby. Who would that kick out? Dakota.
Yeah.
Oh, Dakota's.
I would have said maybe Cheddar, Pepper, Danny, Sminty, Starlet, and Just May, because her hosting abilities are bloody fantastic.
You thought what you saw from Starlet, you were like, definitely top 6.
Well, looks no at the very beginning.
From Sminty, definitely top 6.
At the beginning.
Actually, Sminty was quite good at the top 6, wasn't she? You love your glamour girls. They really lucked out with these petite, pretty young women, didn't they? It's a far cry from them veterans. As soon as they lined them up, it was like, oh, lots of lovely sort of size 8 to 10, very feminine looking women. Like, it doesn't really seem that difficult.
No. So
Although,
RuPaul's come in and explained we're doing makeover challenge with the Queen team, who's the people that look after the girls.
Thank God someone's holding this podcast together.
It's tough back here. It's tough.
Do you know why it was? It was because his outfit, I was just like, whatever. And so then I was like, I don't even need to bring it up.
Do you like the makeover challenge?
I absolutely fucking love the makeover challenge, although it is really difficult.
Did you see the Queen Kong one? I've got a picture up.
Yeah. Ugh, what a
I
fucking
was literally just
fit.
like screaming at the TV. That's a supermodel.
Yeah.
Crazy town.
But I thought some of these girls by the end looked great. But then again, it's like,
Did they?
yeah, I thought some of them looked great. It's nice to see them screaming their gay guts out to do this makeover. Like, never has so much joy occurred in that UK workroom. Like, they were literally like, there was like tears in their eyes. It's like, what is going on?
It was really extra, more than when it's like their family that they haven't seen for a million years.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a response to the widespread rumours that the girls weren't treated very well last year and it was all like a rush job and girls couldn't warm up and they twisted ankles?
Maybe.
Do you think it's like, no, we care?
Yeah,
And look how much the girls love
The
them.
Queen team. Love it. I was obsessed with the close-up on the pillar box red Orphan Annie hard front that they zoomed in on when they were like, you can use any of the wigs in the workroom. It's like, I'd rather be bald, bitch. Like,
was that? Was that the Queen Elizabeth one?
I don't know what it was, but it was literally like just like a tight, bright red perm. It was like, do you know what, babe?
Maybe not.
I think I'll probably give that one. Who would you want to be made up by most?
I was thinking this. It would have to be someone who I thought had a combination of the best makeup skills and the best clothes. So
Tough.
I think I would maybe have to go Dakota, but then I would want to be like in drag. So
True.
maybe Pepper.
I'd be double D's. I'd be Dakota or Danny. Because Danny's face, I feel like, will look good on anyone. Like, it's iconic. Like, as you said on episode 1, I can see it on merch.
Okay.
I thought Danny and Sweet Baby Mystique were a really good pairing because you'd want to be with the gobshite one if you're a bit of a wallflower, wouldn't you? Someone to really like bring you out of your shell. And do you know what? DB. She's got that in the wheelhouse.
I love that. I think, well, everyone that we spoke to anyway, they were all just a bunch of lovely queeros, weren't they?
Yeah. I'd love to have the classic Dakota Schiffer experience. I want to look like a blushing baby doll. And I think she could do it. Although, imagine if she got like a heavy set man. And I think like she's so delicate and gorgeous herself that would she be able to cope with like a veteran?
Maybe not.
Would that
Probably
makeup
not.
have been transferable?
I don't know.
I thought by the end, her person looked great. They looked so soft and...
Yeah, but she was already a soft,
Yeah.
high femme.
Question.
Yes.
How unbearable would it be if the person you were put with was like, I'm not really feeling it? It's like, I don't care.
Yeah, were you talking about Danny and
Yeah,
Mystique?
Mystique.
I thought, especially as someone that works on the show,
Yeah.
like, don't you want these girls to do the best they can? And you're like being like, I might not wear this costume that you've pre-planned for ages and is a massive part of your brand. Like, I was surprised that was even like a talking point.
It's a bit mental, isn't it? To be like, okay, I'm going to offer up myself to be on this show and be on screen, which I'm sure there are more people. No one would have been forced. I'm sure there are more people that could have come on.
Yeah.
But it's a bit mental to be like, this is actually like, this is not my personal taste, so I don't want to do it. Like, you might have to go home, but like for this like one challenge, like I don't want to trust you to do what you do best. Do you
But
know
it's
what I
a bit slightly different because she's got her own like issues with people thinking she's a man and stuff. But
I mean, I totally get it. I get where the like dysphoria comes from, but then like don't do it.
yeah, but it's screwed if you're kind of like, oh yeah, maybe they'll really feminize me. It's like, oh great, like the one person who's gonna put a beard on me. Cool.
Yeah, fuck. But she looked super feminine anyway. She did look a little gremlin-y, but she looked feminine.
I thought Pixie was really unnecessarily going for this old lady narrative with Wendy.
Yeah.
Like kept like comparing her to her like grandma and
Although she's 60, she did say
but
later
I thought
on.
she would be like I don't know, like 50s or something.
Yeah, I thought she was like
She's
late 40s.
completely
at
like
push.
blonde and stuff. So I thought that was a bit like she kept
Bit of
like,
a par.
having little digs all the way through. It seems
You're
like.
just so old.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
But I was
Thanks.
obsessed with her wanting to be Hugh Jars. I think she should have let her gone with that.
Yeah, I was trying to like remix it, being like Hugh, like no, fucking
Hugh Jarsina.
Yeah, there must be something in there. Then we have the entrance of your favourite spicy white woman of colour, Miss Raven. And truly, black does not crack because she has not aged a day.
Well, I was thinking actually she'd tone the skin down a bit. I was wondering if she'd blame it on the UK weather.
She has toned it slightly down. She's gone from sort of a African heritage to maybe, I don't know, like a... No, she's still a black woman.
I just couldn't stop looking at A, the fucking cheek contour, and B, that little highlight on her lower lip. Just like such lovely, gorgeous layering of tonal brown.
That's what I love about her, is that it's all in neutral colours. Like she never really does colour much. It's all just like lots of lovely, gorgeous shadow layers.
Cheekbone, it's so...
It's just so annoying that like the best makeup artist has to do that with the toning. Like she'd be fucking gorgeous whatever colour she did. So why let that be part of your narrative?
Have you seen that new like TikTok trend that everyone's doing? It's like...
No.
I've seen them do it with her and also with that queen from Down Under that did the blackface. It's like, I don't know what the words are. It's like, say I can't be black, and then it's them like really dogs like, say I can't be white, it's I'm going to be a zebra or something. And it's like, I think, yeah, maybe if you don't recognise
We'll pop it on the pod. We'll pop it on
I
there.
don't know, I can find it.
I wouldn't want Raven picking apart my paint live on TV when she's like coming through and she's like, the eyebrows, the blah blah. It's like, I can't hear it from you. It's too painful. You're too good at makeup.
But I'd need her to tell me as much as she could in as little as time as possible.
I love that she was like to Jumbo, she was like, your eyebrows just need to be a bit more arched. And then she, if anything, her eyebrows are less arched. And you could see Raven at the end was like, your makeup looks gorgeous. It was like, her makeup looks exactly the same. Let's not lie to each other, my friend.
Do you think it's a bit of a cop-out for a family resemblance runway to do like a club kiddie clowny look?
No, I think it's smart. I think she does Club Kid all the time. Like that is her, like she does like bright, it's like Danny Beard, like them two, no matter what you do, you're going to have a family resemblance. And I think it's actually, that's probably what I would do. I would probably go for something that's super fucking graphic, that's like not really like a classic signature paint, that's more of a cop-out. So that then there's no way that they could be like, there's no family resemblance.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of cheating a bit. But I suppose if your makeup skills aren't that good, then...
Yeah, it is cheating a bit. But like, it also depends whether I got someone that I was like, I can fuck this face up. If it was someone that was like,
gonna just fuck
yeah. If it was someone that was like super heavy set, like maybe like a different skin tone to me, that all of this, I'd just be like, do you know what? Like, because that's why Pepper did so well, that it's like, she often, when they pair people with different skin tones, like the undertone and like the shadowing and all of that shit, they just get wrong.
Actually, the only two interracial couples, both white-faced.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, indeed.
That poor, sweet woman popping a bollocking.
It was Sminty.
Was it? I was going to
It
say...
was the Antiques Roadshow runway.
No fucking way. I was going to say, I guess it's something. She looks like she's got a couple of rogue low hangers.
She really quite reminds me of Claire, my boyfriend's
Does she?
mum. Yeah.
Oh, very cute.
Cackling around.
Yeah. Jumbers is so accessible and warm and sweet when he was like speaking to Raven. I think she's going to make a fantastic corporate pride host. I can just imagine her doing all the sort of like corporate pride shit. Like Jumbers says we're all born naked and the rest is just Warburtons. Do you know what I mean? All of them sorts of adverts. She's the second coming of a bagger, which I quite liked. And can I just say, whoa, when I saw that bitch rigged up in Danny Beard's padding, the bunda, now that is a truck of dump, my friend. Absolute insania. Like, that's a padding. I would like to try that padding on.
Real good padding as well, because like had a really good like 360 kind of like
rotundness.
thickness.
Yeah.
Very good.
Like real like stallion thighs.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Maybe
I
that's
loved
what
that.
people do now. They just base them on horse legs rather than humans.
That's what I would like. What about our poor little angel with the Paris Hilton boat feet? Honey, you can't be lying about it. You can't be lying on live television. They're like, what size are you? She's like, I'm a 6, but also sometimes a 7. But I do fit in an 8 and
Maybe
a 9.
you're a
It's
12.
like, baby. I
I thought it was hilarious when Cheddar's Gemma, love the gal, but
Love
it's pointing to
Gemma.
her face in front of Raven and being like, do I do drag? It's like, You've literally got the most like paired. You might have a
slick
lot
of
of
lip
makeup on,
balm,
but it's
yeah.
like you even wearing eyeliner. They're like you've literally just got like no makeup on. Like you're not in drag.
How bold to look at a 60-year-old man who has has 9 layers of foundation on and be like, bitch, do I do drag? And it's like, you don't even have eyeshadow on?
No.
Like, no, you do not do drag. Like, what? Please show your evidence of you doing drag. Absolutely insane, yeah.
I just wished when Dakota was talking to Raven, because she was talking about the high contrast eye, I thought she was really going to do like
A colour.
like really dark black, really white. It's proper like mod,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
60s graphic eye that you could see from like the back of the room. So I
Yeah.
feel like that was a bit sad.
That's what I would have done. I would have gone like super like Twiggy-esque, but instead of having a white white lid, I would have gone like mint or something that's going to really fucking pop, like a bright colour. And then I would have done like big lower lashes with maybe some some stones or something. Because it's just, the bitches are begging you for a draggy look. Just give it just once and be like, I can do it. I just don't. It's so nice to see the lesbo representation on this rotted gay show, isn't it? Let's hear it for the Carabiner Crew, finally. Like the chunky keys girls.
Ribena flavour I hadn't heard for a second.
No, you know the lesbians and their carabiners hanging off their belt loops. They love it. So many keys. What for, honey?
The lady likes to be prepared.
Truly. But yeah, let's head into the elimination day. And I just want to say,
I actually had some more things to say.
Go on, you say them, girlie.
Just listening to Black Pepper talking about
the B-Peps.
Yeah, just it's literally crazy, isn't it? This is not a hot take in any way. People do like the most evil things in the name of God. Like, why?
Not a hot take at all.
No.
But a very true take.
Like, I don't know, people would be like sort of beating their children. It's be like, yeah, this is for Jesus. Like, what? Where in the Bible does it say? I mean, I do know they do weird shit like trick you to kill your son and stuff. But it's like, it's where it's always those
the Evange.
Yeah, always trying to get it. And then I thought really sad that she's like, I'm happy to be here in the UK. Like as if the UK is any better when Rishi Sunak's trying to roll back the
trans rights. Yeah. Well, funny you should say that. The musical that me and Lottie went to see yesterday was a musical at the Almeida about Tammy Faye Baker, who was obviously a very famous Christian TV evangelist. And how do you say it? Televangelist. A House of Televangelista. And she caused absolute furore in the 70s or whatever because she hugged a black queer person with AIDS, and they were like, oh my God.
The original Princess Di.
Truly. And like that's basically why she got taken off air, because everyone was like so couldn't, losing their absolute goddamn tiny minds, because
So you
she was
think
like,
if your God was real, he wouldn't want you to like have love for everyone, especially the sickly.
this is her whole thing, that she was like, all the Bible teaches is to love thy neighbour. She's like, why aren't we loving thy neighbours? And they're like, because they're an abomination. And she's like, who are you to cast the first stone? Absolute insane. Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of the intersectionality of when you like think about how queer people are, the cards that they are dealt with in terms of their family and like the people that have a duty of care to look after them. And then when you add on like being from other countries, so like the cultural climate of other countries, like someone, I don't even know anything about St. Martin, but like the Caribbean, the West Indies, for example, like have completely different culture when it comes to, you know, about your man if he dead. And then you add on top of it religion.
It's like, do I do the air horn sound?
I don't think so. And then religion, add on top of that. It's like, wow, you really, really had it fucking good just being a boring basic bitch in Cambridge and being a screaming homo. Like, imagine the many, many layers that could have been added onto that to make it a million times worse. But she's found her chosen family now, and ain't she thriving?
Ain't she?
Well,
she's got I love the way she's like, but luckily I was born with a brain, so music changed into uplifting piano music. She's getting her masters. She's taken over the world.
Truly.
Love it for her.
I fancy Danny. Out of drag, I fancy him.
Into it.
Yeah, just like, I want them to just hug me.
To
pick me up above their head. Yeah, squeeze
Is it
me
like
with their
one
thighs.
of the baby fetishes? You're going to be in a nappy for this?
Yeah, I just fancy them. I don't know. They've just got that. There's a raw sexual magnetism about them.
Fair dues.
Dare I say. I feel like Pixie has a very, very specific pain, and it might. This is obviously, I wrote this before I saw the absolute bin fire that was her makeover. It would really sculpt your face. I thought, even though she doesn't do any chin contour, which
does she not?
No, none at all. None at all. She doesn't actually go in for contour very hard, but I thought
she's doing a lot of highlight is the issue, perhaps.
I thought maybe because her paint is so old school that actually might be a good person's route to go down. Turns out. Dakota's glam, I thought as she was doing it, I was like, oh, that brow is so everyday. It's so pared back. I was like, baby, come on. A glitter brow, something.
Well, maybe not, but
something cheeky. Put a moustache on it.
I thought it was really funny that Dakota's partner's parents just really were so confused that their daughter was potentially lesbian because she's not like stomping around in like
pair of Birkenstocks.
Yeah, with like a tall belt on.
Yeah. Men at work.
But you didn't do the uniform. What do you mean?
No.
You can't be gay.
It's so fucking nice for young people to be able to switch on the Beeb and just see all of these queer people thriving, just cackling, having a good time. Like the trans bears, the lesbians, the gays, the non-bines, like everyone just having a fucking...
The girly gays, the not so girly gays.
Yeah.
The gaily girls.
The chunky belt crew. Like, it's really, really fucking sweet, actually. Should we take a little break and talk about queer representation in media?
Oh, I'd absolutely love to.
God,
BRB.
Love to.
Let me tell you something, you ugly bitch.
Ear. I'll go. Did you know that when you click where, you know, like where they'll be like, click where the traffic lights are on the I am not a robot box, that's actually all a distraction for a concealed agreement that you actually do click on, that they can go through all of your recent browser history and an AI can decide that through going your browser history, whether you are human or not. And it's actually, the traffic lights are nothing to do with it. And that's just a distraction. So they can just leaf through your history.
What, the capture thing?
Yeah, and the browser history is just being combed through and then sent back to these companies so they can look at how people use the internet.
Cool.
So they're actually watching how many times you viewed Backyard Batty Boy Volume 4 on a Sunday.
Well, I know me very
which
well
is
then.
17 times. But only for 45 seconds each time because she's a quick girl.
She's a waste time. That's interesting. I have found out something similar actually from the Office Ladies podcast. I don't know if this is the same in America as in England, but in New York City, for example, you know, like when you press the cross button, only about 20% of those actually work. It's basically all kind of just done by computers based on like how much traffic goes there at certain times, and
just
you
timed.
pressing the button is just to give you some kind of feeling of control. And it's the same with lifts. The closed door button, they kind of phased that out for people that were disabled. So if you're on crutches or in a wheelchair, you have longer to get in. And the only people that have access to that, it probably is only America, is like firefighters and stuff. You have like a special key that means you can do closed buttons, but otherwise you're there going for
It's doing
literally
shit.
no reason.
Look at us learning shit.
I know.
The brains be expanding. Should we talk main stage? Because I thought Miss Visage coming down that runway like a little show pony. I thought she's absolutely pumped to be hosting finally, isn't she?
Yeah.
So fucking glad. She's become the final boss.
She's done it eventually, yeah.
I know. How glad would you be after how many fucking seasons has she had to sit through and never? The most that she's got is that god awful. Do you remember when they did like a performance? Them two did like a lip sync and it was just
and then they had like the body doubles doing like mad tricks and
Yeah.
stuff.
And she-
Was it that on the Christmas one?
Oh, the Christmas special when we finally got a little taste of Kylie Sonique Love before she came back and smoked the competition.
Wait, I feel like she was a guest judge on like another country's, not the main host, but I feel
Yeah, like Philippines or something.
not Philippines.
Something though.
Something.
What about Did It Burn? Oh, Tina Burner found quaking. Unbelievable. Imagine of all of the queens, every single one of that entire franchise, your ex was Tina Burner.
I mean, better that than Miss Sherry Pie, I guess.
I mean, yeah. Sad that's their options. Imagine hearing that pin. Like, the only other better person is a sex offender.
Didn't you think it was so weird that like they know Rue's not going to be there? Or maybe it was really last minute. But it's like, move Boy George then, because obviously those two have met and partied together in the past. So we want to see that chemistry. Like.
Absolutely. I bet they're good Judies, them two. Can I just say, just to go back to Tina Burner, every time I think of Tina Burner, I think of when one time on TikTok someone commented on a video of me in drag saying, "You look like Tina Burner." And I think about that every time I get into drag.
Is it in the red victory rolls?
No,
When we did
wow,
that.
no, but apparently I was serving TB then. No, it was
17
it
all
was
the time.
when it was in the big brown one that we did for Lucia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone was like, wow, you look like Tina Burner. But someone also did comment on it saying I look like Katya, so I feel like their references are a bit confused, if I'm honest. So I don't
Potentially,
look
yes.
like either of them, but thank you.
And just to go back to Boy George.
Yeah, BG.
Did you hear that everyone's, well, not everyone, but his victim is kicking off that
I was
he
gonna
should
say,
be allowed in the house.
I'm glad that-
Convicted abuser.
I'm glad that we could forget that he handcuffed a sex worker to a radiator for 4 days while he...
Served 15 months in prison.
Unfortunately, I am able to separate the artist from the art.
How bold of you.
I can,
How
yeah,
brave.
it's very, very brave of me. I can talk about what Boy George did for gender representation when he was between the ages of 18 and 30 sepaporkos to
Right, sound like Just May.
to the monster that he stands
Boy
before us.
Bartholomew,
Boy
Jeremiah.
Georgos. I do fucking love Boy George, but not as a person, you know.
Sure.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And it is lovely to see. It was funny because when he was like, "Oh, like, how could you do Drag Race without me?" And it's like, "Yes, you are a drag performer." Okay, brilliant. Should we head over to the runway?
Let's do it.
Let's
so on the
ride.
runway is Drag Family Realness. I didn't really think of anything to wear.
No,
for
at this point, it's like there's nothing new, nothing.
Well, you
that
said
we-
you would do your Jane and your Marilyn the other day.
Yeah, that would be a cute one, but also like, is that good enough?
Is that
I would
family resemblance? Is that just two gal pals?
truly, and also as well, like, how pissed off would I be if I'd done like some fucking bait old Hollywood thing, and then Boy George was there? Be like, obviously, I want to look the sickest possible when icon legend star is there.
So first up, we have Jombers.
Alert. Truffle Pig Wig on the runway. I repeat. Truffle Pig Wig on the runway.
Double Truffle Pig Wig.
I'm not going to press it again.
No.
Cute.
7 vaudevillian mime sisters. I thought it was very cute as well. I thought the wigs looked very heavenly.
Yeah, that was all you. Very well done on those.
Nice sort of nice, same but different.
Yeah.
In the black and the white. And I saw, maybe I shouldn't be hotting you up in the pod, but I saw that maybe How's Your Head had messaged us saying, "Oh, well, these are wigs." And you responded, did you not? Saying, yes, they are.
Were they not?
They were not.
Oh, were they
Shout
not?
out to House of Palooka.
Oh.
That was actually in the I saw that the thing had popped up, and then I saw that How's Your Head had posted a thing being like Jomba's blonde on the and it was all too late. No, that was in the great wig shortage. Do you remember when we were doing wigs for Drag Race and we were desperately trying to scramble together all of the wigs that we needed? Every other wig stylist was also doing, and How's Your Head had no black or blonde wigs. Do you remember?
I do not, clearly.
And we used them gorgeous House of Palooka wigs.
Well, shout out House of Palooka.
Yeah, and they really are. Them wigs really are fucking gorgeous. But we'll do a post about it.
Sure, and apologies.
yeah.
A revision.
An apology tour.
What do they do when
Redaction.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do that. I thought they both looked nice. Love the hair, of
Yeah.
course. It just felt a little bit plain, and I thought Olivia's face looked a lot more cartoonish than Jomba's. She was giving like olive oil, and Jomba's was giving like beautiful woman.
I was having some blending issues with the crease. There
The
was
brown.
yeah, but I still gave it 8. I thought the black and white was very cute, and I thought they looked quite heavenly.
Oh, I gave it a 7.
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I liked the beat.
Next up, when I say Pixie, you say polite. Pixie.
Plight.
All I could see was just the massive white forehead she'd done on her
Yeah.
mum, and the shoes that looked like they were like put together out of a pack of cigarettes and some spare ribbon.
And the black skirt that was hanging out underneath the little purple.
I thought they were like modesty, like sort of cycling shorts for the older.
Does that make it
girl.
any better?
It doesn't.
That they put her in modesty shorts, like put her in like 4 pairs of tights so that like she feels like she's got leggings on rather than a black skirt underneath it. It's giving panto. Like that was my first thing. It was just like, this is an absolute panto costume that's just been rigged up by things found in the pound shop.
Yes, Vintage Op would not have wanted this in her box.
She would not have wanted to.
And then more commenting on Wendy's age as well. I just thought, like, leave her be.
It was done in the wrong way, because realistically what we should be doing is being like, fuck, she looks amazing for her age. That's the way that we should be commenting on it. But also, like, leave a fucking woman's age out of it. Just being like, you look great, stop.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
I gave it a 7.
Pixies as a concept's not really my bag, baby.
It's not really my-
I gave it 6 truffles.
I gave it 7. It's a bit too twee. It's a bit too camp. It's a bit too panto. But do you know who would have loved it? Your girl Coppertop.
Oh,
right up CT Street, innit?
Did you see any of the other people's?
Did you see Sweet Baby River Medway with LaFille?
I did. Yes.
Gorgeous little angels.
I saw Starlet, which was quite boring.
Really? Who did she do it with?
I think just a friend. Well, quite a lot of them when they have recreated it. Like Pepper did a recreation with Utica on the train.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I feel like actually only of the ones I've seen, I think Dakota's the only one who used actually the girl from the Queen team, and other people have used other queens.
Oh, Starlet did it with Fences, who is the girl that wore our rainbow wig for that thing.
Oh yeah. I saw that Just May did her photo shoot based on kind of like the film stills, how Birds of a Feather opening titles.
Oh, love. Oh yeah, it is very plain for Starlet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just kind of like a Dior black coat dress thing.
But it's just very, very, very interesting.
Maybe there'll be like a reveal photo shoot underneath. Or something.
Maybe. But yeah, let's move on.
Next up, we have Mr. Danny Beard.
7 Pastel Hairy Princess.
Yeah, this is a real show-stopping duo. Very Juno Birch again. I'd actually like to see them do something, a little tour, Beard and Birch together.
Oh, lovely.
I love the contrast in pastels, sorry. And then so many little details, like the bags, the tights, the fluff.
Yeah.
The wigs as well were great. What did you think?
I absolutely fucking love this. I thought this was so good. I just thought that I just loved everything about it, all the detail, I thought it was a very smart choice. I loved the mismatch of the hairs. I gave it 10.
I gave it an 8.5 truffles.
Okay.
I feel like something about the tones of the dress wasn't really popping for me.
I would have maybe loved if the hair was just a bit more coloured, like so a bit more lavender and a bit more pistache. That would have been my only thing, just because it was very close to the white.
Yeah.
But absolutely loved it.
I'd love to try one of those like big 70s bowl.
Yeah, I love
wigs.
them.
Next up, we have Cheddar Gorgeous.
7 Elemental Mirror Image.
What did you think?
It was giving me a bit post-apocalyptic Chad Michaels All-Star.
Yeah,
that sort of like hood. But I actually thought this was spectacular. I gave it a 9. It's not my style, but Cheddar never really is. But I thought it was spectacularly done.
I just felt like I've seen this before and I kind of expected more. So I gave it a 7 truffles.
Okay.
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I liked the beat.
She did think it was fun and she did like the beat.
Yeah. Next up, we have Black Pepper. What did you think?
7 Conjoined. I loved the maquillage. I loved the weird sort of like shaded forehead dents. And I really liked it. I gave it an 8.
They used the same sound effect as they did for Cheddar's contact lens. They did for when the two plaits pop apart. So weird. Clearly on the Shandies, it actually reminded me of on MasterChef. They used to do these mad cuts where like to the beat they would sort of like cut the scene, and also someone would be like cutting a tomato.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Boom, boom, like really over the top, very that. I didn't really love it, if I'm being honest.
Okay, be honest. That's what you're here for.
Like, yeah, like
afterthought,
different body to head kind of thing.
Okay.
I gave it 6 truffles.
Okay.
Next up, Dakota Schiffer.
7 Peachy Dream from the Schiffer Dynasty.
What did you think?
I thought it was elegant. I thought it was clean cut. I thought it was stylish. I loved it. I gave it a 9.
Of course, I loved it.
Yeah, of course.
I wish that the checkerboard items were made of the same material, because her tights were going a bit opaque, whereas the gloves were patent, so the colour was like punchy, so they kind of looked not the exact same. Like I said, I just wish the eye was just really like graphic and
that's
popping,
the one thing.
like, with ridiculous lashes. But I thought this is the most womanly she's looked. Like normally she looks like a gorgeous little baby doll, but she looked like a sophisticated,
like older,
grown up, gorgeous like woman.
Yeah.
I gave it 7.5 truffles.
Baby, let's talk zinger and minger.
Let's do it.
coming up your world?
Is it a zinger?
Does it make you want to hurt?
Is it a minger?
Zingers and mingers.
Let's talk zing. What zinged hard for you?
Toss up between House of Schiffer or House of Beard.
I loved Danny's Catch Ya Bob. That's who really brought it to us in her Real Housewives of Minsk look.
Yeah.
Originally. What minged for you?
It would have to be Cheddar Gorgeous when that...
You don't love a Vicky roll, do you?
Well, I wouldn't mind it if it wasn't a couple of rolls stuck on a bald head, because when I feel like when the hood came down, you could just see it was, it seemed like more like just the rolls. But either way, it was my bottom.
Yeah. Mine, unfortunately, was Pixie's panto thing. It was, I mean, it wasn't offensive in any way, but I thought it was not my least favourite rather than a bad wig.
It was a bit the fairy from Shrek.
Very much that fairy godmother. Yeah. I cannot get over how young and delicate our Tracy looks.
Who's Tracy?
Our 60-year-old.
Wendy?
Is her name not Tracy?
I thought it was Wendy.
Oh, our girl. And then to do her like that, so dirty. It is unbelievable. It looked like her makeup had been put on by potato stamps.
I was trying to rack my brains. There was someone else who did this in the makeover challenge, and it was like they looked fine, but then they hadn't done any like blending or like.
And you start with them as well. Like you do your makeup afterwards, so it's actually insane. It's so much easier to do someone else's makeup. Like I find doing my own makeup much more difficult because...
Oh no, I'm the opposite. At least I know what's going on with my face, and a stranger's face is just like who knows what hurdles you have to do.
Well, like the people whose makeup I do is often people that I do over and over again. Like I've done Fia's so many times, do you know what I mean? Like I've done Iona's loads, but like I don't know, like it's on someone else. It's like you haven't got the bother of like, because of obviously with the desperate need for blepharoplasty and having cut what are these called?
Either hooded or deep set.
I'm both deep set and hooded and very Neanderthal brow bone. There's a lot going on here and it's difficult to work with. Whereas like if you have like a gorgeous clean slate with someone else, sometimes it's so much easier. But yeah.
So there's no safe queens now, so that means everybody got critiqued. But I didn't really have anything to say about.
I thought Michelle's face is ageless Jersey beauty. Apart from
you
her...
can't say ageless if they're pumped full of...
How dare you? That's what makes it ageless. Although I wish maybe she would bring... The fact that her face is so set in stone and then she has quite a wrinkled breast.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to necessarily comment on an older lady's decolletage, but it almost looked like she had...
Varnished.
And then there was kind of like a lighter line here, as if she's wearing like a nude vest.
Yeah, it was just a bit strange because I feel like I think she's beautiful. I don't necessarily need to see the face so pumped and so smooth and so clean. But then to have that contrast, it's just like one or the other. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, me and Max were talking the other day. You can get Botox in your chest wrinkles now.
Well, she'd be absolutely beautiful if she had wrinkles on her face. Anyway, like she is the visage. Like she's gorgeous. But it's just it's so on telly. It's just so vibrantly different. Imagine Boy George telling you that he loves your style of drag.
Who did you say that to? Cheddar?
Danny. He was like, I just love your style. Like, oh, yes. I just think Danny's was so simple and so smart, and seeing the lights hitting it all. Often, like, you know, when they're standing there and you like really get to look at it. I just thought it's exquisite. Such exquisite taste and choices.
Yeah.
But not Graham Norton questioning your fashion sensibilities. Baby, where are your credentials, Miss Norton? Miss Norton. Dakota.
Oh.
Like him being like...
A lot of people didn't like the checkerboard, did they?
No, him saying that he like didn't really get the fashion of it and that he thought it would be better without this. It's like, baby, we've seen what you wear.
Purple velvet suits with
how
lime green.
Dare you? I thought her little sweet baby doll was given a bit... Do you know who Catherine Deneuve is? I thought she was given a bit her in the face, a young Catherine Deneuve.
I thought, something
who is
about
now a
the
rotted
face.
turf and a misogynist, so maybe.
Fuck her.
Yeah,
something like the makeup this time was just a lot... Just, womana.
Gorgeous.
As opposed to baby girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we head into Untucked? Do you agree that your drag needs to have a cohesion and a central concept? Isn't the central concept your face, your body?
Well, yeah, like I kind of get what they're saying. I think Jombas was just a bit confused because she's like, me and me and Danny have both kind of done same but different. But they're like, but facially they had very different makeup, and and still family resemblances. I think your face, not your clothes.
Yeah, it's difficult. I thought Pix has got some damn fucking nerve coming for the JB show when Wendy looks like she's had her makeup done by a pair of feet.
Honestly, there was a bit where she's like, well, at least I gave you your fairy fantasy, and then it like cuts everyone. It's like tumbleweed. And then even Wendy's sitting there like, oh.
Like, if you're going to, the number one thing that I would do if I was doing a makeover on that show is bring 2 sets of face tapes. So then if you're working with like more mature skin, at least just yank it back, because you could tell that because she had like deep set eyes and that she had more like texture around her eyes, that it was just all muddying constantly. So then also don't go for like loads of makeup there. Like, why not just do like a sort of more simple cut crease that isn't going to be affected by, I don't know, it just seems it lacks skill. Wow, I said it.
Well, there you did.
It was messy Giel.
Cheddar says that she goes on the runway and does something different every time. But I was thinking, do
you?
We know she's going to have the sclera lenses. She's probably going to be bald, probably no eyebrows, probably a hood, definitely something draped, like every time.
Yeah, I mean, but then I think that's what they think of when they say that, like, I've got a look. Do you know what I mean? Like, Bianca wears the same thing, Trixie wears the same thing every time. It's all from the same wheelhouse, so that you could look at an outfit and be like, Trixie would wear that.
Yeah, I feel like if your character is like a real person, then that's going to be like what ties it together, because people just wear all kinds of things. Think of Barbie. She has so many options.
Miss Barbara?
She goes roller skating Barbie, hospital Barbie, but it's always
she's
her,
had many jobs.
It's just legit, isn't it? If you're being yourself, then it's always you, I think.
Yeah. As we slide back to the judges, did you clock that Raven had a dry matte top lip and a glossed bottom lip?
I did not.
Madness. We're going to put a picture up on the pod. One completely wet, glossy lip, and then one dry. I thought, what is going on there? Was that a choice?
It must have been.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. But unfortunately, we do find out that our bottoms are this week. They are the sweet, sweet Dakota Schiffer. And I now can't remember who the second bottom was.
Pixie Polite.
Miss Pixie Polite.
But who won?
Cheddar Gorgeous. Did you agree with it?
No, I think it was Danny. I think Danny was robbed.
I thought Miss Daniel Beardington's was robbed as well. I thought hers was definitely the number one winner.
Yeah, did you not feel like we've seen this look from Cheddar like 1 or 2 times already?
And Chad Michael All-Stars.
Yeah.
All it was missing was that bejeweled telescope that she had.
Did this make Danny and Cheddar neck and neck now? Cheddar now got 3 badges.
I don't know. Maybe, was she in the winning girl group?
Yeah.
Then probably. Sometimes you've just got to leave the baby on the step of the church. What?
You didn't get it?
No.
She was like, she's been my baby here, but I'm about to abandon her because I'm going to kick her out of this competition. And
is that a thing that you do? Oh, I suppose they do it in Hunchback of Notre Dame.
They literally do it in everything with olden days things.
You leave your baby on the step of a church. I was so confused. I wrote it down. I was like, why on the church?
Isn't Hunchback of Notre Dame your favourite Disney film?
But it's a bit different. It's like she doesn't leave it on the step of the church. She is trying to get sanctuary.
It was actually a stoop. So
no. She's trying to get sanctuary. She's being chased by soldiers because she is of gypsy blood, and they chase her into the church. She doesn't really leave it there.
You need to watch some more sort of like Catholic-based horror films.
Well, I was just thinking, if I've got a young child, the last fucking place I'm going to take it is to anywhere near a church.
Well, if you
for the vicars,
don't care about it, that's why you're abandoning it. Like, go on, get diddled.
Say that's like really like throwing it into the fire there, aren't you? Like, here is a young boy. I thought Pix was. What do you think of this lip sync, Michaels?
Well, I couldn't move past these heels on Pixie. A very sensible 2-inch heel, which I have to look, and that is the top end of a kitten heel.
Yeah, absolutely. She was giving Camp Old Cow, wasn't she?
Yeah, I like the bit when they kind of both dropped to their knees at the same time.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a very lackluster song. Like there was no highs or lows. So like, how can the queens perform it?
It just didn't have the range, darling. It didn't have the range.
No, it was just like one note.
I thought Dakota was a bit one note, but I did love her sort of 80s soft Goshen blur, like Clairol movie star.
But yeah, she's just like modelling the whole time.
Yeah. Very gorgeous. Very. I was, and unfortunately, as we get into the winner. Did you agree that it should be Pixie?
I did.
You did.
She was performing more.
She was. Do you know what I was obsessed with? Michelle doing a fake earpiece, even though you could see the earpiece was in the other ear. Like, girl. Do we believe that RuPaul watched any of it? Or no just producers decided?
Oh, it was predetermined already. They probably have every option for every outcome, like probability.
Did you see Dakota like collapsed internally when she said it? It was very Sarah Jessica Parker in the wedding dress being like, he's not coming. Yeah. My worst nightmare. But I did see that in the new, just like that, the new Sex and the City, she, for some reason, has been spotted she wears it in the new season, her old wedding dress, which is quite cute.
Bizarre, no?
Maybe she repurposes it, for a luncheon out with the girls.
Maybe. But did you see the tears in Graham's eyes? As Dakota left.
Can I just say, I saw a TikTok last night of a woman whose husband ditched her at the altar, the wedding. And it was like a TikTok of these girls being like, look, she said that they have spent so much money on this wedding, like that even though this is not how she wanted her day to turn out, like we should still have the party and like why waste the food? Why waste the alcohol and the event?
Yeah, if it's that close, you can't do anything else.
And let's do a celebration because he like literally just didn't turn up to the ceremony. And it was like a TikTok of like her and she was like on the news or whatever. And she's like talking on the news, just being like, it was obviously the worst day of my life, but like it would have been even worse to go home and cry about it. So I just like was like, why don't I be around all the people? Could you? I'd just have to shoot myself.
I'd be like, okay, we're going to need a lot of alcohol and some puppies.
You locked in the bathroom, down in the vodka, screaming and crying. I actually couldn't turn up. Like, and also the worst thing is, guess who walked her in the room? The man's father.
So his family's still there.
Yeah.
I'll be like, sorry, you can't have
got
any
to
of this
fucking
food.
go. Yeah, you have to sit outside. Should we talk La Rose and La Thorne?
Yeah, I just want to say I really love Dakota's jumper.
Oh my God, me too. So cute. I'm so glad she got that on as well, because I was thinking that maybe someone made it for her and she was like, hang on, let me just go get it. If I'm going now.
This is my iconic out scene.
Yeah, you got to.
No doubt.
And also just over that fucking peach dress.
It looks
an
sick.
icon. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Lukes. Let's talk Rose, let's talk Thorne.
Who?
What was your Rose? No, let's do Thorne first. Let's end on a high.
My Thorne was this kind of whole soppy episode. Last time I saw something that soppy, I was pulling my cock out of it.
Oh my God. To talk of Geordie Shore, I keep on saying, they're doing this like whole, they're doing like a reunion thing where all of the people, apart from
Sure.
name two people that will not return to the Geordie Shore reunion, and everyone else has.
Probably Charlotte, Chloe, or Holly, or
every single one of them's returned, honey.
Oh, Vicky.
She's a Geordie girl with a VIP edge. She's got no fucking business being back on that. And then a guy that also has refused to return.
Jay.
No, it's old Parsnip. Oh,
Gary Beadle.
Big Dick Beadle. They are not coming back, but everyone else has. But
why am I not watching this right now? And also, we've been like Dragula Titans has had like 3 episodes, and I haven't seen any of it.
But I think we should wait until the end and then watch it in December. But so I'm not very up and coming with my Geordie Shore, but Chloe fucked Holly's boyfriend at the time, and on the show she was like, oh, what's his name? The blonde one that was like always really annoying.
Kyle?
Yeah. She fucked Kyle, and then on the show she's like, just tell me, like, did you have sex with him? She's like, I would never have sex with him. Like, absolutely not.
Honestly, I would never.
That was 7 years ago, and it showed all these clips I saw on TikTok of like Holly like crying in the street, just being like, I just don't believe her. Like, I think she slept with him. And Kyle's like, no way, I would never do that to you. And they are like in her face being like, I would never do that to you. I love you so much. In this fucking reunion, she's like, obviously she's now married to someone else. Kyle's married to someone else. And she's like, just tell me, like, did you and Chloe sleep together? And he's like, yeah, we did. And she's finding out like 7 years later, and she's like, do you know what? It hurts so much. And just like, imagine finding out like 7 years later, and she was like, for some reason, I've never been able to get close to Chloe. And like, even though I was like, we got over it, we moved on, I've never been able to get close to her. And she's like, and now I know. She's fucking, like, imagine you lying about it, and then 7 years later it coming out being like, fucking hell, I thought that one was good and buried.
Well, once you've been like, no, if you've like promised over 5 times, you could never go back on it until they catch you out, I reckon.
Would you stay lying?
I have done. this old dickhead boyfriend who had previously cheated on me and got a girl pregnant, and then I stayed with him.
So, tit for tat.
Yeah, he basically, it wasn't even that bad. He went through my phone, and I basically said that this boy that I kind of worked with was fit to this other girl I worked with, and he was basically like, I've been in your phone, I've seen it. Like, is it true? And I'm literally like, no, I swear.
Straight down the barrel of the gun.
Yeah, literally, like, there's nothing. And he literally like got my phone and showed me. It's like, well, yes, I suppose it did happen then, didn't it? But like, once you've been like, no, you can't back out.
My Irish Catholic guilt would get me too much. Like, I believe in purity. The thought of lying, looking at someone and like something big and being like, no, I did not do that. I can't bear it because of the thought of someone doing it to me.
Well, maybe that's why, because I knew that he had done that to me, that I just didn't really give a shit, and I knew it was much less than what
But also,
he did.
fuck men and lie to them at every given opportunity.
I started following, you've probably seen her on TikTok, this old lady who just gives like glam diva life tips.
Oh my God, I love
She's
her.
like on the phone. It's if he cancels on you, text him back and be like, hey, my evening's just opened up. Oh, sorry, wrong number.
A diva.
Like, stay toxic, ladies.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
A motherfucking diva. My thorn is that RuPaul is allowed...
I forgot we were still on the pod, aren't we?
My thorn is that RuPaul is allowed time off and I'm not. Like, you've got a TV show to do. Like, how come you're allowed to not turn up? And I still have to turn up and do people's wigs. Livid.
Probably a adrenochrome top up or something.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Just mainlining that adrenochrome from the sweet young babies. All the babies that are left at churches. What was your rose?
My rose was just seeing the Danny Beard pastel experience. I thought it was like so sensational.
Sensational. My rose is a bit bittersweet, actually. It was having Baby Boy on the judging panel, but I didn't really feel much warmth or fun from her. And I wonder whether it would have been different if RuPaul was there. But I didn't really think that she was given much space to shine.
No, maybe not. I don't know if she like that funny with the quips. And
She's like super cunty. She's best friends with one of the girls on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, so she's like on that a bit. And she's
what's the word when you're like is it raconteur? When you're like a storyteller?
Raconteur, yeah. And so I wish we got a bit more of her. But do you know what? Maybe she's still paying penance for the literal assault and abuse that she put on a poor.
Boy George has been paid the most out of anyone on Celebrity. 800,000 to go into the jungle.
Is he in the jungle at the moment?
Yeah, and apparently, because I was looking it up, he's they have to wear the uniform. He's like cut the top of his hat, so it like is like a sort of spiky top hat, and like put red dots, I guess, from a spare fleece all over his jacket because he just can't stop the fashion.
He is a fashion queen. How funny! I need to watch I never watch the jungle. The clip that I often get served up to me on TikTok is when Kim Woodburn is in the jungle with Katie Price, and she's like, "You are obsessed with fame. Everyone is obsessed. I don't know why, but everyone is obsessed." And she just like lays into it. One of the most uncomfortable things I've ever seen in my life. For like 5 minutes, she just like, and Katie Price is literally just lying there, just like sort of like smiling.
Is that when Katie and Peter were in it together?
No, she's been in the jungle like 3 times.
Okay. I sort of watched the first few when it started, but then there's more channels now. So
all I know about Katie Price is whoever she's with, she always just results to them being like, she's like, they've got a tiny dick. She says that's all I remember about her and Peter Andre. Just like every single time they'd argue, she'd be like, Peter Andre has a small cock. And he's just like, you always fucking say that. He's like, when we're together, you love it. When we're apart, you hate it.
She loves a toe as well.
She does. Jane Bauer's toe fucking her. Oh, the good days of real celebrity sex tapes.
Yeah. Well, next week we have a Squid Games pastiche for the acting challenge, which really puts into time frame when this was recorded.
Question: was it our good friend Lisa Venturula that sent us the thing saying that someone had asked her to be on Squid Games?
Yes.
And then I sent it to you being like, please, can you apply for this?
I was thinking, why the fuck would I apply for some like action game thing?
It's not action game. It's mental.
No, but it's going to be like the same as Squid Game. You have to like do
that
physical challenges and
stuff.
stuff.
I thought it was more sort of like psychological. It wasn't really. It was just like the jumping and stuff.
You got to run. You got to jump on things.
Well, it was like, I feel like you'd be good at it, and I just need you.
Fucking do it.
I need you on TV, honey.
No,
it'd be nice. It'd be a nice way to keep in contact. You just going through Squid Games while I'm in the countryside. Yeah.
There's someone on YouTube. I think he's a really like the most famous YouTuber or something. So he always
Jojo Siwa.
No, but he basically has enough money to be able to do these massive YouTube things. Obviously, bare people watching, he makes loads of money. But he did a real Squid Games, and literally, like, they rebuilt all of the set and had real people like come and win real.
Oh,
money.
I've seen it. It's in like a circle, isn't it? And it's like is it the one where they're like you can leave, but if you leave, you won't get. You can leave the circle, but you won't get any of the money.
No, it's like they copied the exact games from
Oh,
Squid
really?
Games. And there's one where he does like, he buys an island and then there's kind of like a treasure hunt thing. And if you end up winning all the things, then you like can sell him this island for however many hundreds of thousands.
Sick.
Really chit-chatting at the end of this pod today.
Oh, we got it,
we?
haven't we? You know, just a couple of chatty Cathys.
Let's go back and finish.
But
tidying
have
up
you
my
seen that?
bedroom.
Have you seen that TikTok one where it's basically? I'll see if I can find it. It's like they're in a huge circle and there's like 100 people or whatever, and it was all like televised live and stuff. And they were like, if you leave the circle, you won't get any of the money, but if you stay in, but the circle is like getting smaller each
kind of
time.
like a bleep game.
Yeah. And they're just like, and they're given. Like they basically have like no food and no water and stuff, and you have to stay in it for like 30 days or whatever. And then they also have like challenges and stuff. And he just like shows up and he's like drives a Lamborghini in, and he's like
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. But you added an extra
Lamborghini?
R. Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
No,
It is a Lamborghini.
It's Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. Yeah, that sounds better. It sounds more. I forgot it was an Italian word as well.
It's not Bristolian.
Yeah, Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. And he'll like drive a Lamborghini in and be like, if you leave the circle, you can have this Lamborghini. People are like, see ya, bye. Like,
does.
obviously, yeah. But
Probably
it's
the same guy.
super fucking sick. It maybe is probably the same guy as that poor, was it like Korean guy that they were like, you are on TV and you can't leave this room or whatever.
Oh my god, there's a really good YouTube documentary. But I can't remember.
But he's also now become like a multi-millionaire, hasn't he? Because he's like the most famous person
I don't
in
know.
the country.
I think he's actually really depressed and he doesn't know how to talk to people anymore because he spent so long in isolation.
Poor sweet babe. Maybe we just pivot and start doing sort of like a reality TV pod. Just like
We've got a lot more energy talking about
innit?
haven't we?
Well, anyway, right. I guess we'll see you next week then.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.